Hi everyone, I'm Kim Chamberlain, the Canal Town Stitcher, and welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm so happy that you're here today. Welcome to all of my returning viewers, and again, welcome to all of my new viewers. I feel like it's been a minute since I've been on here, so if I say a lot, it's because it's been a minute. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna take off this sweater because I feel so warm right now. It is Tuesday night, February 25th, and I have had a busy month of February, lots of things to share and show and lots of things to talk about, and I'm just really happy that I finally had an opportunity to sit down and film a video. So there's a lot of new people here, so welcome. I have done a couple of introductions in the last couple videos, but I've had such a surge of subscribers that I feel like I should say a little bit about myself at the beginning. I don't want to bore my my returning viewers too much, but I definitely want to give you a little bit of information about me. My name is Kim. I live in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I have lived here for about 2.5 years. We moved here from Palmyra, New York, which is where my original name of my channel came from, because we lived right on the Erie Canal in New York. And actually, when my kids were small, we walked on the towpath almost every day. I have lots of pictures of my little ones in the stroller along the canal. Many, many, many good memories there. So I decided to keep my name the Canal Town Stitcher even after we moved, because of those memories and all that they mean to me. And honestly, if you've ever been to Hobby House Needleworks used to be right on the Erie Canal as well. So it used to be in a town called Pittsford, and it's right on 31, which is the Erie Canal. So I was about 20 minutes from there when I lived in New York. And actually, the summer they opened their brand new shop in Pittsford, I went in there looking for craft supplies, looking for cross stitch supplies, and I got to meet David and Kathy, and they're both of their dogs, and it was such a cute, quaint cabin-like place, and when it was brand new. And now they've moved. They have 3 businesses now, and they have moved into a bigger place, and they are actually in a different town altogether, still close to the canal, but not quite on the canal like they were. But anyways, I digress. Back to my channel, my stitching. So I have 4 kids. They are 20, 18, almost 19 actually, 16 and 14. 3 boys, 1 girl. My daughter is 16, and she is so busy doing all the things, and I couldn't be more proud of her. She's going to graduate from high school a year early this year and then head to college next year. She has a long college road ahead of her, so we were okay with that. She wants to go into the medical field, so hopefully she'll be able to do that. And then we still have our 14-year-old here. And our 2 oldest have moved out. So my son, Ethan, he is doing so well. Lives on his own, bought his own first little house, and he is just living the life of a 20-year-old. And then my son, Ryan, he moved up to New York in July of last year after he graduated from high school, and he is also doing very well and supporting himself and his girlfriend and his own apartment and all the things. We most recently, Grace just got a dog. Grace is my daughter. She just recently got a dog. On Sunday, we brought a puppy home. He's 8 weeks old. You can, if I'm quiet enough, you might be able to hear him because I think she just got home. So he's barking a little bit down there. He is, I'll put a picture in of him, but he is, we think, a lab mix. We're not really sure though. We know he has some blackmouth cur in him, but we don't know how much of that he has, because he is definitely looks just like a yellow lab. So we know his mom was a mixed breed, and his mom is part blackmouth cur, which is why they gave him that. But we really don't know. So we're going to do a puppy DNA test, I think, just to try to determine a little bit more about him and who he is. And we already have 2 dogs. We have a Westie named Eddie and we have a Cavachon named Charlie. So right now they're kind of showing him who's boss, and he has been so far a very good student. He's been very good. No accidents in the house, and he is, you know, he goes straight outside, goes to the bathroom, comes to you, wants his treat. It's just great. He is doing really well. I've been married to my husband, TJ, for 25 years almost. It'll be 25 years in June this year, which is unbelievable to me because it seems like just yesterday we were just kids and we were getting married. And now we're on to 25 years. I have 2 sisters, one older, one younger. I'm not going to share any information about them on my channel simply because of privacy reasons, but they both live in New York, and my dad is here for the winter. Other than that, I think that's all the family stuff. Now I can talk a little bit about my stitching journey. So I've been cross-stitching for a really long time. I can't remember the first time I actually picked up a cross-stitch piece. It was sometime between the ages of 10 and 12. My aunt, Beth, was a very beautiful cross-stitcher, and she had cross-stitched some pieces for us as kids, and so I was just enthralled with those pieces. I just thought that they were so cute and so adorable, and I wanted to learn how to do it, and so I did. So my grandmother on my mother's side of the family was very much so a knitter and a sewer. And then my grandmother on my dad's side of the family was very much so a baker. And so I kind of got the best of both worlds because I bake and I knit a little bit, not too much. I crochet, I quilt, I can cross stitch. I think the only thing I don't really know how to do is punch needle, and I don't have any interest in like regular embroidery. But I have made doll clothes before, and I have quilted blankets before, so. And I make all of my own project bags. If you see a handmade project bag, I made it, because I have not invested in any outside of what I've made. And honestly, I'm not allowed to, because if you ask my husband, I have so much fabric. I have a fabric fetish. I don't sew as much as I should for all the fabric that I have. But if I find a cute print or I find a cute fabric, then I can't help myself and I want it, so I buy it. It's really bad, very bad. So anyways, that's a little bit about me and my journey and my crafting journey, and a little bit about my family. And so I can just get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is, well, actually, I'll leave that till the end. I attended my first cross-stitching retreat at the beginning of February. I attended the Barefoot Needle Art February beach retreat in Myrtle Beach, and I signed up to go again in October. So I will be going back in October to that, and I met many people there. And if you're here from that event, hello. I have a lot to share from what I stitched while I was there, and the people that I met. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but I'm going to show you everything I worked on while I was there, if that makes sense. I do participate in WIPGO. WIPGO is the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff. If you need information about it, there is a Facebook group that you can join. WIPGO really just helps you kind of, it's like a bingo board, but it helps you like pull out some projects maybe that you wouldn't normally pull out on your own, or that need to be worked on, and you have a goal for them. I usually work on my WIPGO projects for 10 hours to a finish. So if I have a piece that I'm working on, then I will pull it out and work on it for 10 hours in the month that it's called. If I can finish it, great. If not, then it just goes back into its project bag and goes back into the shelf. And for projects that I really have a goal to finish in the year, I will typically have it on my WIPGO board 2 or 3 times. So it doesn't just show up once, it shows up a few times. And I have a few of those projects that I'm currently working on. And so I have that. I have a bunch of new starts. I was going to watch my last video to see what I had started and what I haven't started. I haven't done that. So if there's repeats from the last video, I'm sorry. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I'll show you all my retreat pieces first so that you can see what I worked on. And those of you that were working with me, if you signed up for my, if you subscribe to my channel and you're watching me now, then you'll get to see some of the projects that I was working on during that time. Okay. Anything else that I can think of? I did buy 2 new pieces of fabric. I'm pretty sure I brought them in with me so that I could show them to you. I bought them at the retreat. And that's it. I did finish a piece for the Smalls Exchange, but I did not take any pictures of it, sorry. It was Christmas Mouse by the Tiny Modernist. I had stitched that like a year ago, maybe 2022. I decided I'll stitch another one for myself. So I gifted that. And it looked really cute. All right, so I guess it's 11 minutes in, so we can get into the whips. A whip is a work in progress for those of you that are new and don't know. I don't know how many whips I have in total anymore because I completely had a start blitz. So I start a lot of things, but I'm excited about everything I started. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. All right, let's go with some of the whips that I worked on when I was at the Barefoot Beach Retreat. So the first thing that I worked on at the Barefoot Beach Retreat was International Santas. International Santas, if you've been around for a while, I started in 2021. And I have been working on this piece since it came out of the December 2000 Keepsakes calendar from Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I have been unable to find this calendar ever since. I have a whole bunch of the charts from this calendar because I was gifted the 1999 calendar, the 2000 calendar, and the 2001 calendar from my mother-in-law when I first got married to my husband a long time ago. I don't have the cover for this. I had it, but now I don't know where it is. And you'll find that out too about me. I think one of my little quirks, one thing that people know about me from my videos is that I'm always looking for something in one of my videos. Every video I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a picture. I'm looking for a chart. I'm looking for something. And this is no exception to that. So I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind at all. All right, so International Santas. I had a goal to finish this. I really wanted to finish this at the retreat, but then I didn't. However, I did get quite a bit of this done, and I'm actually on the very last Santa. I really wish I had that cover page somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. It's probably in my closet. It might actually be in this bag. I'm going to look just in case it is, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's in this bag. It's not. I didn't think it was. I think it's in my closet. Anyways, this is what it looks like now. So I have decided that I'm not going to do a whole lot of the back stitch. I am going to do some of it. I used to call this my mystery piece because nobody knew what it looked like but me. But then I found the cover. And so if I can find it, I'll put a picture of it in my video. But this is what it looks like. I think it looks fantastic. It's being stitched on a piece of 28 count Whisper Lugana. At the retreat, I finished all of the words all of this border, this snowflake, and I started putting in some of this, and then this entire Santa. So this entire Santa was not done before. I feel good about it. I gotta put their eyes in. I feel like I'm squinting. I'm sorry. I do have a light, so I can open my eyes. If you're wondering, they're not always squinty all the time. I'm not. But anyways, International Santas. This will be done this year. This is on my goal to finish this year so that I can finally say that I finished this piece. I worked on next up, Honey of a Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I'm sorry for the crinkly sounds of my really cheap project bag. That's what this one is, really cheap. And again, I say this in every video, but please don't mind the fact that I haven't ironed anything. Please forgive me. Anyways, this is a Honey of a Tiny Town. I'm going to turn it so that you can kind of see it like this, because that's kind of how it's going to sit on my mantle. When I left to go to the retreat, I had this, and part of that done. I have been working on this since I got home from the retreat. And I don't know what fabric this is. I bought it from Angel Wings in Southport, North Carolina. I have no idea what the color is. And right now this string is caught here. And this is what I have done so far. So as you can see, I got the hive done. Well, I got the rest of that blue house done, the hive done, the bird, that flower, and then most of the blue house. It still needs some of the window. And then I was at Ollie's the other day and I found a piece that I'm going to mount this on. And it's going to go on my mantle in the summertime. I love working on this. It's super easy to stitch. I have the Seaside Tiny Town and I'm going to stitch that down here. I actually think I can get 3 of the Tiny Towns on this one piece of fabric. I think this is a fat quarter. I don't know. I think it's a fat quarter. Anyways, it's adorable and I love it. So let me get it up close for you to see it. I feel like the puppy is still barking. But it just might be in my ear because his bark is undeniable. But he's cute, so that saves him. And he's my daughter's dog, so I don't get up in the middle of the night with him either. So that also saves him. All right, next up is called Quaker. This was one of the very first cross-stitch pieces that I bought from Etsy. And so it's on my Good Notes app. So I can pull it up for you. It is going to look like this when it's done, but I didn't choose, I'm not using any of the colors that this is. Well, that's not true. I'm using the dark gray and the light gray. But I changed out the red to 351 and 352, I think. I'm stitching this on a piece of Silvery Moon 28 count or 32 count. 32 count. Lugana by Zweigart. Oh, you know what? I didn't pull out with my board. That's okay though. This is where I am now. So at the retreat, I brought down some of the trim. So here, let me fold this so that I can actually show you what I did. So I brought this down and then I stitched this whole piece right there. I would say I'm probably maybe 25% done with this. I started this in 2021 as well. So this is definitely on my list of things to work on this year. Get some more progress in on it. I really do like stitching it, but so many other projects have popped up. I think this is a whip go call for February. So that was one of the reasons why I took it to the retreat. All right, next up, I worked on a new start. Let me show you my new start. So I had been saying that I wanted to start the fox. This is by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love, 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 love this. Absolutely love this. So I started in kind of a weird place, but I'll explain why I started there in a second. Let me show it to you. I'm stitching this on a scrap piece of 32 count. Oh no, it's a 9 by 13 piece of 32 count Nocturne by Picture This Plus. So this is where I am. And I started it in the bottom left-hand corner. Was it? Yes, here. Because I wanted to make sure I had enough fabric, because this is it's a smaller piece. So I wanted to make sure that I would have enough fabric for the whole piece to fit on. So that is why I started where I did. This is stitching up so beautifully. I love this. And so I had started at the retreat. I got most of this tree done, and then I had to go to urgent care the other day. I spent 3 hours at urgent care and I got all of this done in that 3 hours. And you might be thinking to yourself, Kim, why did it take you so long to get those things done in 3 hours? Well, that's because I had to frog like part of the tree out, like this part over here. And then this star, I had to frog like 3 times before I finally got it right. And then this tree gave me a little bit of trouble too, but now they look perfect and I love this fabric and I'm very excited to work on it. It's so pretty. So pretty. And it's living in this kind of patriotic bag here. Okay. Next up, I worked on Love Notes by Brenda Gervais, and I have a problem. If anybody has Love Notes, I have the pattern, and you have the key and directions page, and you would be willing to share that with me, I would really appreciate it, because somehow my key page is missing. And I am missing a whole pattern. I'm missing the XOXOXOXO pattern. I have no idea what happened to it. Like, I literally pulled this out. I'm like, where is that? Where's that paper? I don't know. It might be under my couch downstairs. I can go look there because that was the last place I really stitched on this before I took it to the retreat. But anyways, this is what I have done on the very first one. I started with the love one. And the reason why I need the key is because I can't finish. There's like hearts in here. And I can't finish them until I know what color they're supposed to be. I don't want to try to guess. So I got her bow and arrow done. Her shoes stitched. I did stitch her hair the wrong color, but you know what? I don't mind. It looks like me now. Darker hair. It's supposed to be like this golden color of her bow and arrow. This is being stitched on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And it is even weave. And I think I'm going to make it into a pillow. I'm not sure. So I think though. Okay. What else did I work on? I took a lot of projects with me that I actually didn't work on at all. They just kind of went along for the ride. This is Merry Friends, Santa 2003 by Lizzie Kate. Oh, let me get that. Try to see if that'll focus. No. Doesn't want to focus. Sorry. I don't know why it's not focusing. Anyway, now that I blinded you all, this is where I am. I am stitching this on a piece of Witchelt linen, natural raw. And it's done except for the back stitch. I changed the color of Santa's skin because I thought it was way too like orangey. It was like an orangey peach, and I didn't like it, so I just changed it to 748. And I love it. It's almost done. This was gifted to me. This pattern was gifted to me by my son Ethan for Christmas a couple years ago. So once I get all the back stitch in it, it's done. So why isn't it done yet? I don't know. Why doesn't anything ever get done all the way? I don't know. All right, next up, I did work on this a little tiny bit. By that, I mean I frogged some of it out. And I think I destroyed some of the fabric. And this is it's the most wonderful time, Feast of the Year by Sue Hillis Designs. I love this piece. I love the way that it looks. I hate stitching it. And for no other reason other than I'm the problem. Not the pattern. It's me. Is that a Taylor Swift song? I think so. Anyway. I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count Time Ada by Zweigert. And so here was my dilemma with this. And those of you from my WIP parade will remember, we talked about this. And I said, I don't know how much I love this because it seems to be so, like faded. It's not as bright as I would like it. And I think it's because I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross. All the called for DMCs. And I have made so many mistakes in this. And there are so many color changes in this, like crazy amounts of color changes, but I still like it. I still want to work on it. So I had to frog all of this out. So I frogged all of this R and all of this corn because it was all in the wrong place. So I frogged it all out. And when I did that, I damaged a little bit of the fabric, but I'm hoping that that will be covered up with the stitching and you won't even notice it. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Because stitching 1/1 is no joke. It's really, really, really hard to take out your stitches when you're stitching 1/1. If you make a mistake, at least I find. I decided I was going to do some of the back stitching because I think if I do some of the back stitching, it's really going to pop some of this out. So I thought instead of waiting until all the way at the end, I'll do some back stitching and that will get that out of the way. And then it'll start looking like it'll pop more off of the fabric. And then I realized that I didn't have any more 3371, which is what I needed in order to backstitch. So I had to go to Michael's and get it, and I did that. So I don't have any excuses now. And this is a February call for WIPGO, and today's the 25th. So maybe tomorrow. I don't ever stress too much if I don't make my WIPGO goal because it's always there. Like these projects are always in my basket. So anytime I can just be like, oh, I think I want to work on this today. That didn't go. Let's see here. That hasn't made any progress in a minute. This, I started in January. It is a free pattern by the Tiny Modernist. It was her 2024 complimentary cross stitch pattern. It is called Old Fashioned Hot Cocoa. I got this off of the Tiny Modernist website. It's free. So for this project, I'm using a 14 count Aida. And that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and I'm using the Loops and Threads thread from Michael's. I couldn't find for the longest time Michael's didn't have black thread or white thread, so I purchased like a pack, like a 36 pack, and so I decided I would try them out with this free pattern. I'm not too unhappy with them, honestly. I don't think it's bad. Anyways, this is my progress on that. So the white is all the loops and thread white, and then this red also came in there as well. This is 351. That's a called, no, the called for color was 352, and I decided to change it to 351 because I liked it better with that red. And honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this for my Smalls Exchange. This might be my Smalls Exchange in October. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe not, since I'm showing it here. Maybe I want it to be a surprise. I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. I did not work on either of these projects. I took them with me in case I wanted to, and then I didn't. I had this one out, but I don't think I worked on this one at all either, but I'm going to show it just in case I did. This is called Sweater Weather, right? That's what this one's called. Yes, Stitching with the Housewives. I do not have the cover for this right here. So let me pull it up on my trusty iPad. Going back to remembering that I'm always looking for something, right? Oops. It looks like this. It looks like that. Sorry for the glare. I'm stitching mine on a piece of 28 count light taupe Lugana. And that's where I am on it. Oop. There we go. Almost done. I just have to finish the little snowman and the snowflakes and the bird. There's a bird down here too. And then do the back stitch for the sweater weather. And then it's done. I love it on this fabric with these colors. It is so cute. All the called for DMCs. And I have a couple more of these, so I thought maybe I might line them up and do like a little banner thing with them, because I think that's cute. I don't know. They might be good ornaments too. Not really sure. Maybe you could share with me what you think. Or you could share a picture if you've stitched these of what you did with yours. That would be fun too. Then people can kind of see what you're doing. Okay. I don't know if I showed you this as a new start last time. I feel like I did. I started this in January. This is Clover and Hive by Hands On Design. Oops, I keep going to the wrong side. I'm not stitching this on that same fabric. I'm stitching it on a piece of 16 count Aida that I coffee tea dyed myself. Tea dyed, not coffee, just tea. With all the called for DMCs. And that is where I am on this. I think this is gonna look so cute. Also with the tiny town, honey of a tiny town on my mantle over the summer. I don't remember if I showed that or not. But if I did, there you go, you get to see it again. Next up is another new start that I started. I guess we're moving on into new starts. Is another new start that I started, and this one is by Luminous Fiber Arts. And I've been wanting to start this one for a while. I had all of the threads for a minute. I bought them from Hobby House when I was there over the summer, last summer. So this is Sneaky Spooky Spells, right? Yes, Luminous Fiber Arts. And I am stitching this on a tea dyed fabric that I dyed myself using all the called for threads. And this is where I am. A border. A border. But in my defense, it's because I didn't have the gray I needed for this. So I did go out and purchase it. And so now I have it. And then also in here is the fabric and thread for different projects. Oh, Halloween No Me's. I'm going to stitch that. I did not start that. That's by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and that's going to be a new start that I do soon. But I haven't done that yet. I haven't started that yet. All right, next up, I started Mice on Ice. I started this last night, and I filmed a little bit of a Stitch With Me video, so that's going to probably go up soon. Mice on Ice is also Luminous Fiber Arts. It's from her Mousecapades series. I think there's like 6 of them. I've only purchased 2 so far. I am stitching this with all the called for colors on a piece of 16 count Aida that I dyed myself with the color Pearl Gray. And so that's what I have done so far. Just some of the border. So, and I did iron this piece, but still a little wrinkly. Still a little wrinkly. I don't know. Hopefully when I iron it the last time, the wrinkles will come out. The other pieces are not this wrinkly. These pieces are. This piece is. I don't know. So, I don't know if this happens to you guys or not, but lately, songs have been getting stuck in my head and living there rent-free forever. So, I'm on TikTok, which is probably, you know, to each their own. No judgment here, whatever. Anyways, the Governor's Ball, I don't know if it was the Army Choir. I think it was the Army Choir that sang. Anyways, they sang Can You Hear the People Sing from Les Mis. And that, like, just their rendition is like playing over and over and over and over and over in my head. And it was amazing. And if you haven't heard it, you should go and look it up and hear it because it was so powerful and so good. And that's all I'm going to say about it. All right, that is all the stitching that I did. Feels like there should be more, but it was a month's worth of stitching. And honestly, on International Santas, I spent a lot of time on that. So there's that. Let's talk about what I purchased. So I only purchased 2 pieces of fabric. Now my daughter is home. Okay. I purchased, so Millennial Fabric was at the retreat, and I purchased 2 pieces of fabric from her. One is a 16 count Aida, and the other is a 32 count linen. This is in the color Dove. It's like green. It's a big, big piece of fabric. It's like the same color as my wall behind me. It's like a green piece. I thought that something Halloween-y would look really good on this. So I was like, well, it's like a gray green. So it would be really good for like a Halloween-y type thing. So there's that. And then the other piece that I purchased I'm trying to fold it, you know, and it's like folding a map. And listen, I'm in my mid-40s. So if you know how to fold a map, then you are also probably in your middle of life years. All right, that's done. All right, next up. This is 32 count in the color Oat Milk. Oat Milk. And it is like a brown. and it is the same size as the other, just in a linen. And I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on this yet. Something amazing. And this, my friends, was all I purchased at that retreat. I was super proud of me. I was super proud of me. Plus, I was by myself, so I had no idea how to get to the shop. And it was easy to get there, I guess. There were directions, but I didn't want to leave. I'm one of those people that's like kind of weird like that. Because I was by myself. My husband did not go with me. Hang on a second. I'm being called. All right, I'm back. So anyways, those were the only two purchases that I made. I can't remember what I was talking about because I got interrupted from my daughter getting home. All right, so at the needlework retreat, I did get a free pattern. Well, it wasn't free, but it came with the goodie bag that I got. I really wasn't expecting to get it. Anyways, this is finally a Farm Girl Summers at the Beach. This is exclusive, so only the people that went to the retreat got this. And I don't know when I'm going to stitch it, but I might only stitch a part of it too. I don't know. I like the sea turtles. They're really cute. They're over here. Sea turtles. And then at the freebie table, I picked up the Just My Type It's So Emma pattern. I like the colors on this. I also got a Just Cross Stitch 2020 and 2021 Christmas magazine because I got rid of my Readly app. It was just starting to cost too much money, but I highly recommend it if you want to pay. I think it's like $14.99 now, and all of the Cross Stitch magazines are available on it, and you can download all of those patterns. But it just got to be too expensive, so I picked these up in the freebie bins. I've already stitched this. I stitched this years ago off the Readly app. But there's others in here that I really could stitch. Like, there's just so many in here that are just so good. So, yeah, like this one right here, this dog, that is our puppy right there. That's our puppy. That's what he looks like. So I don't know, maybe I'll stitch that for my daughter. I don't know. She just had Finn up here. She's got to play with him for a little bit so he gets tired. All right, here's my lanyard, my little lanyard. And here is my gift exchange. So this is what I got. I did not get to meet the stitcher who did this, mostly because I'm really shy. And I kind of went back to my table and I kind of just sat there. And I really could have gotten up and like gone and said hi, but I know it doesn't seem like I'm a shy person, but I really am very much an introvert. And I was there by myself, so I was feeling a little overwhelmed to begin with. But I had a really good time, which is why I signed up to go again. And the next time that I go, I'm going to be a little bit more forthcoming. But if you're watching and you are the person who made this, thank you. Thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. There's so many really great things in here. So I'm going to show them all to you. So I got these floss drop things. There's 4 of them here. These are great. I got some stickers. some ribbon, and I got a chart that says Simply Heritage by Peter Underhill, and it says there's always one. This is so cute. It's so adorable. Oh my gosh, I don't have the cross stitch pieces in here because they are in the other room. Got scissors. I got this little kit here. She gave me 2 of these little kits. They come with all of this in it, with threads. I don't know what it is, honestly. It's embroidery. It's felt. It's felt embroidery. Oh, I can do this. Yeah, that's what this is. So I got a couple of these. It looks like all of the threads are in this one. Didn't see any threads in this one. Maybe they are. Oh no, they're in there. I just missed it. Then I got all of these little, like, these are ribbons. Yes, ribbons. And then the cross stitch pieces I got were so good too. So I said to my friends at the table that I call them my friends. I had just met them. That I did not expect anything like this. And then I felt really terrible because the one that I gave, the small exchange that I gave was super not this nice. I mean, it had scissors and needles and stuff in it. Like I had kind of put together a little something, but it was not nearly like this. So thank you, thank you, thank you if you were the person that put this together for me. I think that's all I have for tonight. It's kind of a lot. I hope everybody has a great month of March. I'm hoping to be back a little bit sooner, maybe more mid-March than the end of March with an update. Oh my God, it's late. I need to go to bed. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being amazing people. I hope you have a great rest of your month of February and a great first part of March. Hopefully you'll see me in the middle of March at some point with more to share. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Oh, I was going to talk about a couple of Flosstubers that I think I'll do that in my Stitch With Me. I think that'll be easier to do in my Stitch With Me than trying to add it on here, because now I'm kind of done. I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.